Right, we are at the 7th reading, chapter 8, Ellen G. White, the Ministry of Healing. Power of example. Here we go. The physician who ministers in the homes of the people, watching at the bedside of the sick, relieving their distress, bringing them back from the borders of the grave, speaking hope to the dying, wins a place in their confidence and affection, such as is granted to few others. Not even the minister of the gospel are committed possibilities so great or an influence so far-reaching. The physician's example, no less than his teaching, should be a positive power on the right side. The cause of reform calls for men and women whose life practice is an illustration of self-control. It is our practice of the principles we inculcate that gives them weight. The world needs a practical demonstration of what the grace of God can do in restoring to human beings their lost kingship, giving them mastery of themselves. There is nothing that the world needs so much as a knowledge of the gospel's saving power revealed in Christ-like lives. The physician is continually brought into contact with those who need the strength and encouragement of a right example. Many are weak in moral power, they lack self-control, and are easily overcome by temptation. The physician can help these souls only as he reveals in his own life a strength of principle that enables him to triumph over every injurious habit and defiling lust. In his life must be seen the working of a power that is divine. If he fails here, however forcible or persuasive his words may be, his influence will tell for evil. Many seek medical advice and treatment who have become moral wrecks through their own wrong habits. They are bruised and weak and wounded, feeling their folly and their inability to overcome. Such one should have nothing in their surroundings to encourage a continuance of the thoughts and feelings that have made them what they are. They need to breathe an atmosphere of purity, of high and noble thought. How terrible the responsibility when those who should give them a right example are themselves enthralled by hurtful habits, their influence affording to temptation and added strength. The physician and the temperance work. Many come under the physician's care who are ruining soul and body by the use of tobacco or intoxicating drink. The physician, who is true to his responsibility, must point out to these patients the cause of their suffering. But if he himself is a user of tobacco or intoxicants, what weight will be given to his words? With the consciousness of his own indulgence before him, will he not hesitate to point out the plague spot in the life of his patient? While using these things himself, how can he convince the youth of their injurious effects? How can a physician stand in the community as an example of purity and self-control? How can he be an effectual worker in the temperance cause while he himself is indulging a vile habit? How can he minister acceptably at the bedside of the sick and the dying when his very breath is offensive, laden with odor of liquor or tobacco, while disordering his nerves and clouding his brain by the use of narcotic poisons? How can one be true to the trust reposed in him as a skillful physician? How impossible for him to discern quickly or to execute with precision. If he does not observe the laws that govern his own being, if he chooses selfish gratification above soundness of mind and body, I call it hard decisions, does he not thereby declare himself unfit to be entrusted with the responsibility of human lives? However skilled and faithful a physician may be, there is in his experience much of apparent discouragement and defeat, Often his work fails of accomplishing that which he longs to see accomplished. Though health is restored to his patients, it may be no real benefit to them or to the world. Many recover health only to repeat the indulgences that invited disease. With the same eagerness as before, they plunge again into the round of self-indulgence and folly. The physician's work for them seems like effort thrown away. Christ had the same experience, yet he did not cease his efforts for one suffering soul. Of the 10 lepers who were cleansed, only one appreciated the gift, and he was a stranger and a Samaritan. For the sake of that one, Christ healed the 10. If the physician meets with no better success than the Saviour had, let him learn a lesson from the chief physician. Of Christ it is written, He shall not fail nor be discouraged. He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. Isaiah 42:4-53:11. If but one soul would have accepted the gospel of his grace, Christ would, to save that one, have chosen his life of toil and humiliation and his death of shame. If through our efforts one human being shall be uplifted and ennobled, fitted to shine in the courts of the Lord, have we not cause for rejoicing? So even if your example just touch one other life, it is enough. Okay, I'm going to do 8th reading, chapter 8.